Oh no, not another Pokemon Legends Z-A starters prediction video, said no one ever. You guys already know that I couldn't help but throw my 2 cents into the algorithm, and well, today I'll be sharing my top 3 starter Pokemon picks for Legends Z-A, as well as a brand new Colossian, are we calling it those? Evolutions thanks to this amazing artist, thepanio. Their links will be in the pinned comments down below, so definitely check them out. So if you're ready to dive right in, well then sit back, relax, get cozy, and let's get started. But first, let's discuss the Pokemon I don't think are gonna make the cut and why they won't make the cut. Let's start off with the obvious, and that's Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott, since, well, they already got their spot in the previous Legends Arceus game, which doesn't mean they couldn't technically also be the starters for this new game, but like, why would Game Freak do that when they've got a pool of 24 other potential Pokemon starters? Makes sense. Okay, awesome, moving on. Now let's talk about the elephants in the room. No, not that guy. These guys. The starters that got Mega Pokemon already. Now, I could be completely wrong, but I think the Kanto starters and the Hoenn starters are safe to not include in this selection process, but I wouldn't hold it past Game Freak to throw in a Pokemon like Charmander and give us a Mega Charizard Z, or even a Mega Charizard A for that matter. Would be one heck of a year of memes, but I don't think Game Freak is that cultured, so let's keep those Pokemon out. And who does that actually leave us with? Well, we've got Chikorita, Turtwig, Chespin, Snivy, Grookey, and Sprigatito for grass types. For fire types, we've got Tepig, Chimchar, Litten, Scorbunny, Fennekin, and Fuecoco. Then finally for water, we've got Totodile, Piplup, Froakie, Sobble, Poplio, and Quaxly. Pretty nice selection here, but let's also get rid of the original Kalos starters, just because I don't think they would do that for a Legends game. But then again, we really only have one Legends game to base this off of. Either way, we'll be taking them out, and let's see who we're left with. 5 Pokemon for each of the 3 typings, and we know from the Legends Arceus games that no Pokemon clashed with their generational classification. So that means if we get one Johto Pokemon, then the other 2 won't be from Johto. But with all that taken into consideration, I used my top secret method to deduce the starters that we will most certainly be getting in the brand new Legends game, and I think we've got our 3 Pokemon starters, you guys. First up is Snivy, the grass snake Pokemon from Generation 5 Unova. Now, I think Snivy is one of the better choices just because of its possible connections to an ancient Kalos dynasty. I mean, its evolution is a regal snake, so picturing a new snake in a shining armor is something that definitely fascinates me. So a Snivy would rather fit well in a Kalos game where the goal is redevelopment. However, I do think being a snake and similar to Zygarde might hold people back from fully believing in this pick. But might I remind you, Zygarde is also a dog, and a tadpole, and a freaking Mechazoid from Power Rangers, so I don't think it's too crazy. As for this brand new Colossian Superior, I think it would look something like this. With its brand new typing being Grass Steel, you might already be thinking, wow, that's a horrible typing for that ×4 weakness to fire. However, it's got some tools in its kit that help it bypass that weakness. First off, its hidden ability Sheer Force lets it have a higher power output, and it also learns moves like Rock Slide and Head Smash that can deliver quite a blow to fire types, so watch out for this snake. Oh, and it's got a special signature move, but first let's tackle its dex entry. It's said that this majestic Pokemon was revered as a knight of the highest order, and it has since traded its razor sharp leaves for a sword made out of steel that is capable of striking swiftly with precision, a truly noble guardian of the new Lumiose city. Another really neat design element that I'm a huge fan of is how this Superior here is wearing a warrior's helmet, almost exactly like the helmet seen in the flashback of Kalos' Great War, which is just good attention to detail if we're being honest. Hats off to you, thepanio, you definitely cooked with this one. Now let's talk about that signature move I mentioned a wee bit ago. Just like the Hisuian starters, these Pokemon get brand new moves, and Superior here learns the move Noble Strike, which is a steel type move that deals physical damage, and it has a base power of 70 but deals super effective damage to both fire and dragon type Pokemon. Think of how knights would slay fire breathing dragons and all. Well, thanks to that bit of folklore, our buddy here, Superior, now has a pretty solid counter to fire types, if the rock slides just aren't cutting it. But what do you guys think? Okay, now moving on to the next last one, and it's one of my favorites out of the three, and that's the fire type starter. For Legend Z to A, I think the fire type starter is none other than Litten, the feline Pokemon. Now, its evolution Incineroar is from Alola and is kind of based on a masked wrestling cat of sorts. But for this brand new game, we decided to flip the script and give it a whole new identity, introducing the Colossian Incineroar, the fire ghost type Pokemon, who is a symbol of liberation and fiery spirit. The idea of this Pokemon is for it to embody the essence of a revolution in the Legend Z to A game. Its fur is bold with striped patterns and its paws have a fiery ethereal chains that attach to it that used to hold it back, further representing this concept. And that shiny variant is just top notch if I do say so myself. Now, I know some of you probably don't like the fact that it's another fire ghost type, but this typing really fits this regional variant rather well. This fiery spirit also gains a brand new hidden ability, being Defiant, which totally makes sense when you think about it. As for Incineroar's signature move, it learns the move Spectral Break, a ghost type special damaging move that has the user shroud itself in energy and hurls it at the target. This move also raises the speed of the user and has a base power of 90, which is pretty respectable. But that's this regional Incineroar, which means we're down to our last starter. I wonder who it could be. Just kidding, I already know. And for the water starter, we're going with Quaxly, the whittled duckling. Why, you ask? Well, it's really simple. Quaxly's dex entry from Paldea literally says it came to the region from another place. And well, you already know that I'm a sucker for adding lore to existing Pokemon. So Quaxly here is going to be our water starter for Legend Z to A. And as for its evolution, we really changed Quackaball's design from being a dancer to being something more in line with the theme of an ancient blossoming Lumiose city. Introducing Colossian Quackaball, the water psychic type Pokemon. This variant of Quackaball is inspired by the intrepid explorers of ancient tales, navigating the vast world with unquenchable curiosity and wisdom, which fits the Paldean Dex entry to the T. It also has feathers that make up a compass and pointer that this Pokemon always follows, sometimes in the wrong direction though, which is why we gave it the hidden ability Oblivious, which kind of fits since most of those explorers were kind of oblivious and only ever made it to lands by accident. Ooh, shots fired. Anyway, this variant is truly revered as a pioneer of hidden truths and lost civilizations, which I think is an amazing addition to this Legends Z to A game. As for the final signature move, it gets Mystic Voyage, a psychic type special damaging move that lets the user unleash psychic energy that is guaranteed to leave the target confused. This move does 120 damage and cannot be used in succession. But what do you guys think? Which one of these brand new regional evolutions would you pick for the brand new Legends game? Are you going with the Noble Superior or the Restless Incineroar? Or are you picking the Curious Quackaball? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and while you're at it, why don't you check out some of my other videos here on the channel? Something tells me you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching. Check out this video next and see you soon. Bye.